So what you're doing here is curling each of these little, they're like a quarter circle, into a cone shape. So you get hold of the bottom with the tiny tweezers and tightly curl them round. One, then hold it for a while it stays, and then you'll go to the next one. Curl. Takes a bit of practice. I'm doing all the ones on one side first. So this is the reason why it's important that this is really well glued here, because it gives it extra strength. And these little cones will hold the flowers shortly. Easy peasy, huh? No. Takes a bit of practice. When you get to the top ones, you need to be a little bit more careful. These ones aren't perfect, they didn't cut perfectly, but you need to be a little bit more gentle with the top ones. Then you can go down the other side. The next thing you need to do is to make sure that these stay in place. So in each case you need to put a little line of glue, which will look messy until it dries, on each side of each of these little curls. And if they're sticking out a bit, hold them in until they glue. So that what you've got is a little cone shape for each flower. Anyway, here's one I did earlier. And that's fairly stiff and fairly well glued. So next we need the petals. You'll need a ball tool, preferably one with a long end and a short end. And you start with the bigger petals. So you've got 3 sizes of petals, I believe. And roll your ball. These have been previously dipped in Ecoline inks. Give them a roll like that. So that's actually upside down. Now what we need to do is turn them over. And put a spot of glue in the middle of one of them, and just put a little spot of glue on your cocktail stick, or this is actually I should blunt that a little bit. You need to blunt it because otherwise it'll go straight through the paper. A blunted stick to pick up the other one, which is going to go between the other petals. So you're going to have 2 sets. Oh, what a mess. Typical. I'd never normally do that. Typical. So then you need to press in the middle and then squeeze those together. I think we need to stop for a still on that. So now this is going to go into one of these little cone-shaped cups. Just let me put that out of the way. You'll be able to see better. So put your glue into the cone, fill the cone right up with glue, and then you press the flower into the cone while holding the cone with your other fingers. Then you can twizzle that to pull it out. If you don't twizzle it, it'll often bring the flower out as well. And you can carry on holding that and working on the next flowers. So exactly the same. And when you get to about this stage in the middle, you'll swap to this smaller ball to make the flowers curl more, and you'll be using smaller and smaller flowers all the way up. Then stop at about this point and take one petal and roll it into a point and put that in one of those, and I'll show you the finished ones. So there's the little rolled pointy one on that one, and there's one just there on that one.